Hi, I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in downtown Toronto. I'm here with filmmaker Rebecca Parrish. How does it feel to have your film Radical Grace here at hotDOCS?
We're thrilled to be here. Tonight is our world premiere, and we're being joined by some subjects of the film and other community members from here in Toronto who are invested in the topic. And so we're going to have a party and have a great screening and a panel afterwards.
Awesome.
Really excited.
Great, congratulations. Tell me how you met and started following these three amazing nuns.
I was interested in, for my own self, looking at models for how social justice work could be approached as a personal spiritual practice. And I stumbled across Catholic sisters, and I was not raised Catholic. And I had a friend who was working with one of the sisters that is in the film to build a school for people after they come back from prison to help them get their college degree. So I met this sister, Sister Jean, and she exploded all of my stereotypes about nuns. I thought nuns were always in habits and were cloistered, and I had no knowledge. I had the sort of the traditional media representation of what we see, which is really a stereotype. So, yeah.
And this whole idea coming from the Vatican that these nuns were radical feminists, which seems a little silly or funny to me. But, you know, when you were working on this film and that was kind of a topic at the time, how did you feel, and like what was, how did you know which way to go about exploring it as a topic?
Well, that was a really interesting charge to me as well, because I think it's such a loaded term and it means really different things to different people. To me, radical feminism means like that women are equal, and that we think that there are social inequalities that need to be changed radically for women, for people of color, with economic justice. So to me, it's like that would be a badge of honor.
Yeah.
But the Vatican is what they're really talking about, is that the sisters weren't towing the party line. That some had, were speaking in favor of women having stronger leadership roles in the church, like being priests, and that kind of thing. So they branded that, radical feminism. Yeah.
And in terms of women in Catholicism being equals and being able to become priests, where do you think it's gonna go? Do you think that we can get there? We can get to being equals?
I think it's going to happen eventually. One of the sisters in our film really works specifically on that issue, and the narrative we follow with her is about women's equality in the church. And she'll say to you that it's inevitable, but we don't know in what time span. So even Pope Francis, who is wonderful and very progressive on a lot of issues, and even further ahead on women's issues, I would say, than the previous pope, this is still off the table for him. Yeah.
And following these nuns and having an insight into this world, how would you define a modern nun? Because a lot of people aren't exposed to that and would be curious to what that means. We've seen, Sister Act or whatever, but what is it really today?
Yeah. The majority of Catholic sisters, at least in the United States, which is what I'm familiar with through this project, they're doing social work, they're doing economic justice work. They're really like boots on the ground in the community, meeting people where they're at, and helping to fulfill needs. Like for them, that would be, that's the work of Jesus. And so that's how they're living out their spirituality. And they're not there to judge anybody about what their faith is or what they've done in their life. That's like, it doesn't even cross their mind, which I think is part of also why they sort of provoked some of the ire of the Vatican, who wanted them to be, helping, enforce rules more. And that's not, their spirituality is not about rules.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about how we're all interconnected and that we need to be there for each other.
And Susan Sarandon came on board as an executive producer. So what does that mean to you as a filmmaker?
Well, we're thrilled to have her on board. We think it's really, going to help the film just reach a broader audience. And we particularly are excited about her because she has a real connection with Catholic sisters and the work that they do, because many people know she was in Dead Man Walking playing Sister Helen. She won many awards for that role. I don't know if as many people know that she actually developed the concept for that film while she was reading Sister Helen's book. So this was like a topic, the capital punishment, but also the work of a sister that she had to embody and really know and connects with deeply. So it's a great fit.
And where's the best place for us to find out more information on you and the film online?
RadicalGraceFilm.com is the website. We've also got Facebook and Twitter, which you can find through the website itself.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations on a beautiful and insightful film, and have a great time here at the festival.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm Katie Uhlmann reporting for Katie Chats at hotDOCS in Toronto.